living in Germany for over 8 years now, but there are still some behaviors and habits that I don't understand. Some of them are hard to find answers to on the internet, so they remain a mystery to me. In this video, I'll share the top 6 mysteries of Germans. Number 1. Greetings in a clinic's waiting room. In the last video, I mentioned that most Germans don't make small talk or say hello to strangers in an elevator. I've gotten used to it and thought this rule applied everywhere. However, there is one exception in Germany: the clinic's waiting room. When you go to a clinic and sit in the waiting room, whenever a German person comes in, they always greet others with "Guten Morgen." I don't always expect this greeting and can't react immediately to a sudden greeting. I thought Germans usually don't greet strangers, especially in closed spaces. It felt strange that the person who was silent in the elevator greeted me in the waiting room. For me, this is one of the biggest mysteries in Germany. Number 2. Saunas are mixed. I love hot springs and saunas. There are a lot of saunas in Germany, and they are a part of the culture here. But I was really shocked when I first found out they bathe together, not separately by gender. Japan also has saunas, but mixed-gender saunas require sauna attire. Otherwise, they are gender separated. I come from a country that is not very open-minded, so it took me years to decide to try a sauna in Germany. My German teacher told me that saunas are for relaxation and health, and no one will look at you even if you're naked. When I went there alone for the first time, I realized that what my teacher said was half true and half false. It was a great yet strange experience. Anyway, I was really surprised by their body positivity and openness, regardless of gender. But I still don't understand why the bathrooms are separate for men and women, even though the saunas are mixed. Number 3. Repairmen don't take off their shoes in my house. In Japan, we always take off our shoes when entering a house. Whether we're rushing back to get something we forgot, or we want to go to the bathroom right away after we get home, we always do. Japanese hotels sometimes require guests to take off their shoes at the entrance, which they may keep during their stay. And as far as I know, most Germans also take off their shoes at home. But when the repairman comes to my house, it seems to be an exception. They never take off their shoes, so I always ask them to take them off before entering my apartment. When I ask politely, some take off their shoes, some put shower caps on their shoes, and some refuse to take them off. Why do people refuse to take off their shoes? I think they themselves take off their shoes at home. In Japan, repairmen take off their shoes without being asked, but for hygiene reasons, they also change their socks when entering the house, and they leave without leaving a single stain on the floor. The mystery of German repairmen who refuse to take off their shoes. Are they shy about taking off their shoes because of potential odor? When repairmen enter my apartment with their shoes on, I make sure to thoroughly clean the floors after they leave. I once lent them a pair of Japanese tatami slippers, which they were delighted to wear. This may be a strategy to get them to take their shoes off. Number 4. No kitchen when moving in. When moving into an apartment in Germany, you should be prepared for the lack of a kitchen. There are a few apartments that come with a kitchen installed, but the price is higher. For me, it is not realistic to buy a new kitchen every time I move. And since the shape of the kitchen varies from apartment to apartment, it is almost impossible to bring the same kitchen to a new apartment. People have a hard time thinking about installing a kitchen every time they move. Installing a kitchen is never easy, and it is a task that is impossible for an amateur, especially for installing an oven, dishwasher, and sink. Including the installation costs, just installing a kitchen can be very expensive. For efficiency-conscious Germans, this kitchen issue looks very mysterious. Number 5. Germans decorate homes stylishly. Because I've lived in Germany for many years, I've had many opportunities to visit German apartments and houses. I've noticed that many Germans, both men and women, decorate their homes really nicely and with great taste. I thought Germans would prefer more functional and simple things, but contrary to their temperament, once you visit their homes, you'll see rooms that you wouldn't expect from the outside. The use of colors, decorations, and plant placement make it seem like a showroom. As far as I know, I've never seen Japanese people decorate their apartments as nicely as Germans do. Things are also organized and tidy, and they're really clean. What's even more surprising is that most of it is DIY. The furniture isn't built in, and they didn't ask a designer, and people spend a lot of time and effort to make their homes really comfortable. The reason why Japanese people don't care so much about decoration is probably because they live in small houses or apartments with limited space, or they work long hours, so they don't spend much time at home. The point of mystery in Germany is why people spend so much time and effort decorating a rented apartment, which they may potentially move again soon. Number 6. International travel is preferred over domestic travel. Germany has a lot of beautiful places and cities, and I have visited 49 German cities so far. Many cute towns, castles, and beautiful nature make every place worth visiting. However, although it depends on the person, of course, but I have the impression that Germans prefer traveling abroad rather than within their own country. Often it is other European countries such as Spain and Italy. I think that people prefer traveling abroad, especially vacations to warmer regions, because it is not too far from Germany, and the plane does not take much time and money. In Japan, it is the exact opposite. People prefer traveling domestically rather than abroad. That is because, for us, traveling to different countries is mostly a plane trip, which takes time, and people are concerned about the language and safety. Japan has a completely different look depending on where you go, with cold and snowy in the north, and tropical islands in the south, so you can enjoy it within the country without going too far. Still, I also know the beautiful German cities, and I think there are lots of places to see in Germany too. Have any of you visited more German cities than me? If so, let me know in the comments section. I chose these topics based on my experience, and I'm speculating about the answers. If you know the answers or have different insights, please share them with me. I am happy to read all of your comments and even learn new things from you. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. See you next time.